Right people, come with me. We've got a guest who wishes to remain anonymous, but you may recognise his voice.
Hello and welcome. Today we're meeting Dasby to show you the gold.
Can you hear this voice? You must know this voice, but I'm not going to show him.
The search for gold takes you to some amazing places, where crystal clear waters flow through the valleys that were once carved by the Ice Age and glacial meltwaters.
Well, hello, and I'm in Leadhills today. The weather is fantastic, it's nice and warm. Now I have been sniping just down there on the bedrock, and guess what? All that footage, I've lost it because my camera went floating off down the river. So you do find a little yellow GoPro, it's mine. Anyway, I don't know how well I've done today. I don't know the area well enough to know where the gold really is, although I'm led to believe it's on every little burn there is up here. So I'm currently on quite a tight bend and looking around at the rocks. For example, there you've got mineralised outcrops. I've got a few in here actually. I've collected a few samples here of what's happening. Lots of flies about today as well. So I've just been taking some samples from that bedrock area there. It's the only decent bedrock outcrop I can actually find at the moment, and I've been sluicing the gravels, and just looking down the sluice run there, there's not a fat lot to show on the top mat, so we'll do a clean up anyway and see what there is in there.
And at this stage it was getting late in the day, and it was quite a fair hike to get out of this location. Now whilst I was sniping, I was expected to see a few specks of gold, and I'd seen nothing. And looking at the top mat and in the sluice, nothing was catching my eye at all.
Well, that's not looking very good at all. Two bits of lead shot there and something there. Well, I was expecting more than that. Right, well I'm feeling peckish, and today I'm going to do some cooking. I've got my little stove down there. It's a beautiful day and my sandwiches won't keep in this heat, they just will go off. I brought some mackerel fillets anyway. And I think we'll try some sweet and sour flavour noodles. We'll bang that in there, boil it all up, and I'll mix up that mackerel with it. Get all that in there, give it a good stir up. Make sure you take your litter back home with you. Okay, I'd say that we're done. Smells nice. That's well good, that. Oh, I like that.
And with a belly full of food, I decided to try and find some new ground. And with the sun beating down, it was hard going.
Well, I hope you can see down there over my shoulder there on the left. You're right, I've just scrambled up there. What a fantastic valley. No gold. I am absolutely roasting this kit. It's beyond belief. Oh. I've just tried another section, lots of hematite and lots of lead. Look at this. That's fascinating, that. Natural lead. Mind you, we are at Leadhills. Okay, well, I've got the lead there. It's quite a lot, it's quite heavy as well. And there's a nice little piece of gold in here. I'll find it. There it is. One piece of gold. That's as good as it gets today.
And so it was time to head back to the campsite, get some good wholesome camping food, and reflect on the day, on what could have been. But at least we had a speck of gold.
Okay, this is day 2 of this little prospecting trip up at Leadhills. And if there's one thing I've learned, sometimes you can't always find gold first time. I've come here today and I'm struggling to find the gold. I think it's quite low down in the layers, hugging the sides. We'll come to that later on. But for me, coming up here and looking at these lovely hills, the Lowther Hills, it's a stunning place to come and walk and forget about everything. There's too much going on in the world right now. Coming here is just a ticket. So it's later in the day, so we'll get back to what happened earlier. I'm just having a bite to eat, I'm always hungry. So I've made myself a little brew station here, and we're working an inside bend here, and also the sluice is there. And I did meet another fellow YouTuber who's into gold prospecting today. Anyway, this is day 2, and it's all got to start somewhere, and it happened quite a few hours ago. Right people, come with me. We've got a guest who wishes to remain anonymous.
Hello and welcome. Today we're meeting Dasby.
But you may recognise his voice.
Show you the gold.
Scottish gold.
Hard work, Scottish gold.
Hard work. Yeah, brilliant that. Excellent stuff. I bet you're well chuffed, aren't you?
Definitely. Can't beat just a wee bit. That's what you work hard for.
Yeah.
Even when you're unwell.
Excellent stuff. So as you can see there, it's dug down probably about 1.5 foot. All his spoil there. He'll fill his hole back in when he's finished. And been sluicing that way. Well, that really was a nice surprise. Come along here. I'm on the Leadhills estate, and to meet a fellow YouTuber actually. He's got his own channel. He's into metal detecting. He's also into gold prospecting as well. And I'll tell you who he was later on. And he gave me that, which is a lovely gift. I'm really grateful, so thank you very much. And it's got the name of his channel on there, and the spade, it gives it away. So anyway, I don't know this river at all. The gold travels down one side or the other. I do know that, but I'm told it's right down there in that corner. I'm looking at the way the water's coming round here. It does slow down there, and I'm working across here at the moment. I've dug down a fair bit there, and that's the way the line goes around here. And that's where the other prospector was working, and he did find some gold. A quick look at the sluice. I can see a few specks of gold in there. That might be a speck there, and maybe one there. The water's beautifully clear, and lots of that red hematite stuff. They are the heavies. So let's take a look down there and see what we've been doing. And as you can see there, I've worked my way from way back down there on the side of the embankment where it opens up, and I'm coming across now into a central flow of the water. Okay, I think I'm getting sunburnt here. The sluice is over there, I've got one more bucket to run. I think I'm going to call it a day then. I don't like digging big holes in rivers. To be honest, it's bloody hard work. So what we'll do, we'll go over there to the sluice, to the final bucket, do a clean up, and see if we've found any gold today. So come on, let's carefully get across this river. Oh, that's a nice breeze, that.
And having moved a few buckets of dirt, my energy levels were getting low. And cooking beside the river is becoming a new theme these days.
It's not very often you get to do all this with a chair, a couple of tables at the side of the river, but I am today. I'm feeling peckish. Oh yeah, look at that. That'll do. I've got choices, I've got rice pudding as well. Oh.
But not only was I hungry, the midges were hungry too.
Okay, well it's feeding time for the midges, so this hat can go. I need this on. They're getting to me now. Crikey, I can feel them burning on my face. Well, I had a bite to eat. I was going to pack up and I thought, no, I've got some second wind here. So I had a couple more buckets in the corner over there. I've got all my gear ready now just to get up and go. So let's get over there, quick look at the sluice and then we'll do a clean up. The midges are out everywhere here. Just a quick look at the sluice. It's hard to tell. I can see maybe three and the little one there, 3 specks there on the top mat. So there's the kind of materials we're getting. Lots of that red stuff there. Actually quite a bit of light stuff as well. Well, there's all the finer, heavier materials, and we've got quite a lot of peppery, flowery gold, a few visible pieces. There's probably there about 30 pieces at least. I've cleaned it up a little bit more. It's nothing epic. You can see there's quite a few specks in there. There's actually a lot of fine stuff.
Well, the gold from Leadhills certainly is nice and buttery, but look at all the lead that I found. In fact, I found over 20 grams of lead, and if that could have only been gold. And as for the total weight, 0.028, it's not a lot to write home about. But I had a scratch that needed itching. And I returned back the following weekend and the weather was fantastic again.
Well, hello, I'm back in Scotland. I'm on the Leadhills estate on a really spectacular burn. Beautiful, massive, large rolling hills, and the heather is changing colour into the lovely lush purples and the greens. And I've been told to come up this burn today and check it out from a viewer, so So thanks a lot there, Danny, I appreciate it. Who knows what we're going to find today, but as usual, I've got a really big rucksack with everything thrown in it. It weighs an absolute ton.
And having set up camp the night before, I had a sniping session where I found a nice little piece of gold. So I was feeling very hopeful about today's session at the river.
So come on, let's go for an adventure. Okay, that looks like an interesting spot down there. I think we might have a mooch. We'll see what's happening. This stream meanders all the way up to the summits up there where the old lead mines are. Okay, I've found some nice bedrock here, so I'm going to clear out the gravels, sluice it down there and see if we've got any gold in that section there. I've had a snipe underneath and it looks quite good, but I couldn't see any gold. Okay, I can't hear what I'm saying, I've got my earplugs in, but I've got a speck of gold on the top mat. That's a good sign. What I want to do, I want to work down there, but first of all, I've had to clear there, where I'm going to sluice. That looks a good spot as well. So now that bit's been done, do that bit. So, I've given the sluice a quick clean up to see what's in there. Well, there was no gold in there, but I've got some lead again. That's why it's called Leadhills.
Now sometimes the best place to be is in your wetsuit under the water when it's warm and when there's flies around like there were today.
I've done a clean up, I've worked down there, and I've also just worked down here as well, and I'll show you a few specks of gold. It's nothing epic, but at least we have found some now. So there you can see 4 nice small pieces of gold. There's some lead. Now in comparison, that's the lead from last night, and there's that one piece of gold from sniping last night. The sun is beating down on me here. It's lovely and warm. I've got a breeze now, so the midges have gone away for the time being. So let's have a quick look at what's been happening. So them 3 or 4 small specks of gold, how they came from, just down there, where I would suspect any gold's going to drop off that waterfall, or it's on the side here that I also worked. So I've done 2 buckets just behind me, I've sluiced it through. We'll have a look now to see if the gold is on that side. That would be a lot of hard work on my own. Ideally, you need a couple of your mates to get down there, move all the overburden and suck everything out.
Or if you live in these parts, just keep coming back every other day and take your time to get to the bottom. I suspect that this spot has been worked many times. It looked perfect, but I couldn't see any gold, and any pieces that I am finding are the scratchings that were left behind.
Well, as I suspected, no gold this side here. We've got lead, quite a few bits of lead there. So the gold must be just down there in that section. Well, I tell a lie. There's one small speck of gold. Well, I'm feeling peckish now, so it's time to get a bite to eat. And today, I'm on my 3rd favourite. It's cooked sausage with honey and these beautiful flies and gherkins. Oh yeah, the flavours I'm getting from this. Oh, just nice refreshing water today, that's all I need. Nice water. I'm into these at the moment. They're like a syrupy waffle. I don't know what you call them, but I'm having two together. There's about 500 calories there. I'll keep me going for a bit, that. No, well nice. I couldn't think of a nicer spot though to have my dinner. And I have seen nobody all day. If I break my leg, that's it, I've had it. Right, well, I've had a big session mooching all the way upstream there. There's some amazing bedrock, absolutely beautiful bedrock to look at. I can't see no gold though, I just can't see it on the bedrock like I'd expect. So anyway, I'm going to walk back downstream. It's getting a bit late on in the day now. If I find a nice spot, I'll check it out. If not, we'll see what happens next. I mean, these are prospecting trips, and by nature. I'm trying to find new places, I'm trying to understand what's going on, find the best methods. At the moment it's not really working fantastically, but with weather like this, scenery like this, I'll take it all day. Okay, I've moved further downstream. I'm having to wear a beanie hat and this hat because the little blighters are biting my ears. Right, I've found a pretty sharp inside bend, lots of deposits, so I've done one big test hole there right in the middle of it all, and I don't know if someone's worked that there as well. See the way these have been put to one side, maybe they have, maybe they haven't, but we're going to work here for a while. If we see a few specks, all the better. So the sluice is over there set up, I'm halfway through the bucket. I don't think that's gold. It might look like it on the camera, but I'm not convinced it is.
And so I decided to try working this gravel bar, and I was glad that I'd eaten a big lunch as well. But the one thing that was frustrating me was that the gold was not easy to find. And sniping, I kept expecting to see gold. Now I think someone's been along here, someone who knows what they're doing, and they've picked it pretty clean on all the likely spots. But I could be wrong. And again, I'm not sure how deep the gold is in the layers on these gravel bars. So it's all a new learning experience for me. And a few things that I guaranteed: you're going to get wet, and yes, you're going to get dirty. Or eaten alive.
I don't think I can stay here for that long. I've had to put my neoprene hoodie on, my beanie hat round my face, this on. It's burning, it's absolutely terrible. Well, there's a few specks of gold in there, very fine stuff. Very, very small gold, but lots of it. This camera might not show it up. Specks there, super fine gold all across there. Probably about 20 pieces. So as you can see there, that's kind of what I would have expected. Then again, if you could spend a bit more time here working at this gravel bar, that would soon add up. But I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it with the midges. It's too hard.
And so I decided to move further on downstream, and I found this outcrop with some bedrock and some nice looking quartz mineralisation going on there. So I cleared out the crevice, scooped it into the pan in hope of finding a few more specks.
Well, we've got one speck there from that crevice so far. And looking at that, it's a perfect crevice along the water's edge for the gold to trap into, let alone what's in that mineralised outcrop anyway. You can see like ironstone there. Well, I'm thinking it's ironstone, or maybe like a hematite. Okay, I can hear what I'm saying. Right, the weather's just changed. It's gone pretty overcast. It was lovely and warm before. In fact, it was too warm. I'm going to go sluicing now, I think. I'm going to go upstream a bit more. And I can park my car right next to the river there. And maybe we'll go and do a bit of sluicing. But just down there then, 2 specks of gold. I mean, I'm finding gold, but I was expecting it to be a bit better than that. Perhaps everyone's took it. Okay people, I've now got back onto the main river here where I can sluice. I'm 2 seconds from the car, so I'm just setting it up now, trying to get a nice flow. And I'm going to work the gravel bar just there. It's a small one, somebody's really worked heavily this side, so I'm going to come a bit further up and try my luck here. So I've classified these gravels down to 12mm. I like the look of the water. I can get a really good view there on that top mat. I can see what's hitting that. It looks pretty level. So let's get some sluicing done. it's that time of day again. The little blighters are out. They get in your ears, side of your head, start nipping away. Anyway, that's number 2 bucket, so we'll just keep on going here. There's a bit of rain on the air now because the weather's changed pretty quickly. So anyway, let's crack on. That's the kind of mineralised rock here, quite a lot of that. How's that for an interesting looking specimen? It's almost got a pyramid shape. Hang on, I'm getting bit again. Look at that. That's interesting. I'll keep that. Okay, I think that's me done. I can't stand it any longer. I'm getting bit too much. I've had a good go down here now. Nothing epic again, just, I'll show you. Just worked a hollow there. Ideally I need my snorkel on. I need to be looking what's further down there. But we've ran like 4 buckets, so let's see what we've got in the sluice. Do a clean up and get out of here because the midges, they're having a feast. Okay. I have to clean this up at home. You can have a quick sneak preview, but I'm not hanging around here any longer. I can see 3 nice small pieces there, little specks. God knows what's in there. That's not bad though from a few buckets. We've got some more visible gold.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed my trip to Leadhills, and there's the gold from the final session of this second trip. The biggest piece of the day was 0.018 grams. And as for the lead, we found 16.711 grams. And if we include the lead we found on the previous trip, we had a grand total of 36.85 grams. And here is the gold total from the trip. Now I never actually took a photograph of all the gold together in the pan, so this is a blended photograph from both sessions. And as for the total weight, it was less than 0.1 grams. Enough said on the matter, but it sure does look pretty. I'd like to give a big shout out and a thumbs up to Thor's Treasure and thank you for making me feel so welcome for the time we shared at the side of the river. It was really appreciated, buddy. Cheers.
Okay, I've had a really big search. So what we'll do, right, I've had a good mooch up that cut. So what we'll do, we'll get over there. What we'll do, get over there to the sluice. So what we'll do, we'll get over there to the sluice. Cook food at the side of the river. This is new to me. I never knew tomato soup could taste that good. We'll go over there to the sluice, to the final bucket, do a clean up and see if we've found any gold today. So this is day 2. What is it then? Anyway, this is day 2. Just take these out. Okay, I'm going to clean this up at home. A quick sneaky...
Well, that's it, people. But if you're interested in gold panning and gold prospecting, I really do recommend that you get this book. It's called Gold Occurrences in the UK. It's a gold prospector's guide and was written by Lee Gary Palmer. It's an excellent read and it'll give you a great insight as to where the gold is in the United Kingdom. And as for the GoPro camera, it was found by a prospector 6 weeks later who was panning and litter picking in the Leadhills area. And I am absolutely amazed that it turned up and somebody found it and they put a photograph out there to say, does this belong to anybody? And lo and behold, Thor's Treasures noticed this photograph and he emailed me and said, I think I found your camera. So I'd like to thank Gary for finding it in the first place and being so honest. And a big thanks once again to Thor's Treasures for going collecting it for me. And what a fantastic community there is out there. My name's Mr. Daz P1, and until the next time, people, and thank you for watching.